Okay, we'll call this meeting to order. So we'll begin by got to read this notice first, eh? So read the notice that its meeting of March 21st, 2017, council will consider a bylaw to sell property at 32 Dixon Avenue. So we'll begin the meeting with a moment of silence. Okay.
Moved by Councillor Kiley, seconded by Councillor Barker, that council approves the agenda for its regular meeting of March 7th, 2017 as presented. All in favor?
Declaration of pecuniary interest. Anyone declare any? Seeing none. Petitions and delegations. Seeing none tonight. Acceptance of minutes and recommendations.
Moved by Councillor Barker, seconded by Councillor Kiley, that council accept the minutes of the following meetings. The Kirkland Lake Public Library held January 19th, 2017. The regular meeting of council held February 28th, 2017. All in favor?
Thank you. Reports of municipal officers and communications. Clerk.
The first is Seizure and Brain Injury Center March Epilepsy Awareness Month. Moved by Councillor Kiley, seconded by Councillor Barker, that Council of the Town of Kirkland Lake declares March as Epilepsy Awareness Month in and for the Town of Kirkland Lake, and that March 26th be declared Purple Day for Epilepsy. All in favor?
Oh, any questions or comments first? No? Okay, all in favor? Thank you.
The Holy Name Parish Parade request, Public Way of the Cross, Friday, April 14th, 2017. Moved by Councillor Barker, seconded by Councillor Kiley, that Council of the Town of Kirkland Lake approve the request from Holy Name Parish for a parade permit for the Way of the Cross on Friday, April 14th.
Any comments or questions? Seeing none, all in favor?
Royal Canadian Legion request to hang memorial banners, Remembrance Week. Moved by Councillor Kiley, seconded by Councillor Barker, that Council of the Town of Kirkland Lake approve the request from the Royal Canadian Legion Branch 87 to hang Lest We Forget banners on the flag poles along Government Road from November 1st to 11th for the next 3 years.
Any comments or questions? Jim?
Yeah, I think this is a great idea. Fantastic way to honor veterans. I was curious, do you know if the banners they're hanging are already produced, or are these like people in town can sponsor a particular one, a personalized one?
They didn't mention that, but that's probably a good idea to bring to their attention. But we do have the certain size and that we usually order that conform with our poles and that we've shared with them, giving them some options of where they can order them. But about sponsoring, I don't know. We can certainly mention that to you as an idea.
Okay, I'd certainly be interested in hearing about that, but I'm completely in favor of us supporting this any way we can.
Any
Thanks.
other comments or questions? Okay, all in favor? Director of Community Services, Civic Rink operating dates.
So other than today, when there's rain and lots of water on the ice has seen a lot of use since we've opened. We've had a few special events on it, which have been very well attended. We've had a number of requests for private rentals, although we haven't had any yet. People are mostly looking at March, and we've had requests to find out how long we're going to keep the ice in. So I thought we should have a discussion about when's a good time to kind of cut it off. So we know that the chiller definitely runs a lot more on days like today. It would be running nonstop. When the temperature is below zero, it doesn't run very much. There is circulation that happens, but it's not running at full capacity. But as you can see from the dollar amount, there are dollars all to do with utilities in order to keep that rink open. We've had no problem doing it with the current manpower. We were very lucky to have an old Zamboni that we were able to refurbish and use. So there's been minimal costs there. Where the costs come in are electricity costs for the chiller as well as for the lights. So knowing that it's been about $4,600 in just a little bit less than 3 months, Just wanted to get some ideas from everyone when they thought a good end time was for the Civic Rink this year.
Okay, questions or comments? Okay, Jean-Guy?
Yeah, Bonnie, I would, like today you didn't run, I think.
No, we're having some work done on one of the compressors, so
Oh,
that we'll be back to. The weather's not great anyways for it today, but we'll be back.
yeah, the
In a
sun
day or
is
two.
the worst thing,
Yeah.
I would go, at least after March break. What I would do between March break and the end of March, that's what I would probably start. I would check the temperature and decide from there. But it's not just temperature, the sun, as you know, the
Yes.
sun is killing the ice.
Yeah.
For now, that's all I could do.
Any other comments or questions? Councillor Kiley?
Yeah, Bonnie, just a question. It's not having that much effect on the rentals at the arena as far as ice time, whether we stay open a little longer.
I don't believe so. I mean, where we may see
Nothing
some less
significant.
numbers is in our toonie skate. So because there's an ability to skate all the time, we do see the numbers of our toonie skates down a bit, but not rentals. So,
Okay. I'm okay till, same as the complex. It doesn't matter one way or another.
Councillor Roman?
To me, it kind of makes sense, the end of March, just to stagger it with what's happening at the complex for starters, so you're not doing everything at once. I was just curious if you close it and you get a cold spell, can you just run it as an outdoor rink? You know, no lights, no chiller, just,
yeah, we could. I mean, we could turn the chiller completely off, and we could not have. I mean, the lights are on a timer right now, so we could just turn them off so that if it stayed. I mean, we could run it like that.
okay. Well, the end of March, I think, for me, kind of makes sense. And sooner, certainly, if the weather
Yeah.
doesn't cooperate.
The long term looks like, I mean, we're going to drop down again in a couple of days, and then it looks like we're hovering below zero during the March break. So, I mean, that's good conditions for ice.
Yeah, I was just going to add one comment, Bonnie. Just building on what Jean-Guy said, that, you know, I totally agree with the end of March break. But then, like, going forward in future years, I'm just wondering, can we just make a decision based on, like, you know, so many warm days, and then it's like, you know, we shut it off, like, rather than end of March or, you know, middle of March or whatever, like, it's just like weather dependent, and just say, look, you know, after we get 3 warm days of plus, you know, 7 or whatever, that's it. Like, we're just not gonna do it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
That's
So-
easy enough to do.
So what do you hear from direction here? Like the end of March, and then we're gonna just, or not, sorry, the end of March, but the end of March break, and then what do you think?
Sure. I mean, we can say for sure until the end of March break, and then we'll look at the last 2 weeks of March, see what the temperature's like. If it's conducive to holding the ice and we think there's going to be lots of use, we'll go until end of March, but that'll be it.
But, Bonnie, if you see it, March and April, the first week of April is cold too, I wouldn't leave it open.
True.
That's not where it causes this.
Yes.
Lights hard, the sun just kills it.
Well, there are costs. I mean, this is what the costs are even in the colder months. We just had an exceptionally few warm days. Even over the Christmas break, we were, I think, above zero one day. So it has run more than it would, say, in past winters, but as long as we're comfortable with continuing with about that much per month, so.
Okay,
So,
so you've got your direction then?
absolutely.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Right, this is weather dependent.
After March break.
March break plus weather dependent.
Can I just tell council something?
Oh, go right ahead.
Overview?
Yep.
I think it was important to note that the cost was pretty minimal, less than we expected, and as Bonnie said, that was just for the electricity and also the propane for the Zamboni. But the staffing costs, and I know there's been, you know, some of the residents have been saying that they were worried about what the cost of staffing this place was. There was zero additional staffing costs. They did it during dead times from the arena, and came over and maintained it. So it was existing staff that maintained it, no additional staffing costs. So I think the residents of Kirkland were interested in hearing that.
Yeah, I mean, I was one of the counselors on record as questioning, you know, what the staffing cost would be for the Civic, and I'm very pleased, Bonnie, with the way that we've been able to juggle staff, and I agree with what Nancy said. I mean, it's, you know, I think those dollars are very well spent, so, thank you.
Okay, moved by Counselor Barker, seconded by Counselor Kylie, that council directs the Director of Community Services to close the outdoor rink after March break and weather dependent after that. All in favor?
Director of Physical Services?
So, this report is requesting at least 25 parking spaces in the parking lot on Water Lane. This is for 50 Government Road West. They're proposing to renovate the building to have apartment buildings in there, and they're required to have so many parking spaces, 1.25 spaces per apartment unit. There's not really a lot of parking around there. In order to proceed with building permit, they have to secure these spots. So we looked at the usage of that lot, which is very underutilized. Leasing the western row would accommodate their 25 spaces, and so that they could proceed with creating apartments in 50 Government Road West. There's an application fee as well, $530. We're looking at a fee, $20 per spot. I believe, I'm not sure if it's in the report. It's approximately, the revenue of approximately 6,000 per year. I don't think it's in here, but we did look at other municipalities, what they would rent private spaces for, and that seemed to be in the range. So there's revenue associated with it. And there's a caveat that we can cancel it with notice if it becomes apparent to the town that we need these spaces for our own use. So we'd recommend that we, council, approve their request to move their project forward.
Any comments or questions? Jean-Guy?
Couple questions, Mark. So that will be along the parking lot on the west side, I guess?
Yeah, so by the looks of it, in the report, the shaded area
Okay, oh, okay.
didn't come in properly. It's the first row from, that's, you have the guide, the barriers in there. And they'd be responsible for the maintenance of that
Okay,
section.
that was my other question, yeah, about the electricity for the winter part.
If they want to provide electricity for their tenants, they'd have to make those arrangements for that
Okay,
section.
and the cleaning,
That's private contractor, or this, not
they will do
town.
their own cleaning also.
That's correct.
Okay, any other comments or questions? Councillor Kylie?
Yeah, Mark, just to get this clear, this is, that section, that's along the curling club, basically down that side, eh?
Yeah, well, in this report, it didn't transfer properly.
That building over there, that's the
That-
Family Health French.
Yes, but where the shaded area is, that needs to move to the right into this column here, not over here.
Okay, yeah.
That's misleading there. On the other page where it shows the blackened area, that's just all town-owned property. That's, so. But it is within the existing parking lot, not beside it.
So Mark, so you gotta take 25 spots, so are you gonna start counting from the front or start from back? That's what I would, if you do 25 spots, I would go right at the end and then come from there. Then if there's 4 or 5 spots there, we should keep those.
The ones at the front, yes,
Yeah,
because those will be, remain public spaces, and theirs would be at the end.
at the end of it.
Okay. Were any other questions, or, no, okay, we're good.
It'll come back to some
So
pilot text.
are they renting 25 or are they gonna rent what you need?
Well, the request is 25 is what they need for the amount of units they are proposing to build.
So they gotta pay us?
Per lot,
Right,
yeah,
25.
all the time, yeah, it's,
If they use 10,
yeah, it doesn't matter, they need to have that many spaces available for the size of the building and number of units, so they can't come back and say, I only have 10 rented, I only pay for this many. They pay the total amount all the time.
All right, so that'll be coming back as a bylaw.
Thank you.
Okay, introduction, reading, and consideration of bylaws.
Moved by Counselor Kylie, seconded by Counselor Barker, that bylaw 17-027 being a bylaw to authorize mayor and clerk to execute a lease agreement with 50 Government Road West Limited for 25 parking spaces in the Water Lane Municipal Parking Lot be read a first, second, and third time, enacted and passed.
All in favor? Notices of motion? Seeing none. Confirmation bylaw?
Moved by Counselor Barker, seconded by Counselor Kylie, that bylaw 17-028 being a bylaw to confirm the proceedings of council at its meeting held March 7th, 2017, be read a first, second, and third time, enacted and passed.
All in favor? Councilors' reports? Counselor Barker?
There's been a lot of gratitude for the meeting held last week when we had Aqua and Mark and the Works Department come and answer questions with regards to Brown's Water. So gratefully appreciated there. Thank you, Mark, and the staff for coming down and addressing that issue. From that, I had some inquiries as to whether or not council would look at having maybe quarterly reports on the Brown Water, how we're moving forward. Originally, it was asked if we can have monthly reports. I thought that was a little excessive. But quarterly reports, so would that be something that's doable, you know, to present to the public?
So we don't have on water all year,
Yeah.
but we can, I'm sure that Mark will put it in the status, number of complaints, causes,
Okay.
Not to put words in Mark's mouth, but if I understand the issue with Aqua and the brown water problem, it's really it only happens for a short period of time during the winter, so reporting on it the rest of the year is like, I don't know if it's gonna, enlighten us very much.
Well, sometimes I know that there's a back pressure, whether it be, flushing or excess and stuff like that.
Okay.
Just, I think the issue there is that the firm, just
The other,
Just want to maybe send a letter to the festival committee again for job well done. 18 days, wow, they're more energy than me, probably. The fishing, the tournament was awesome, and it's 550 tickets, I think, was sold.
Yeah.
Which is the most ever, yeah.
and 300 fish caught,
Pardon me?
and 300 fish caught.
300 fish caught, but no big winner, sadly. Yeah, but can we do that, Nancy?
Yes.
I mean, again, it's awesome. We were so lucky to have this in town. They work so hard and they do such a great job. There was all kind of stuff going on I'm not start mentioning because I'll forget some, but it was something for everybody. And again, I'm sure we all participated in some of the stuff that went on, and it was a lot of fun.
Okay.
And first
Thank you.
thing we know, we're in March.
any other councilors' reports? Okay, seeing none. Additional information, seeing none, adjourn. Oh. Okay.
Brought it up earlier. Just wanted to remind the public of the, mainly the business community, that there's an open house March 16th in council chambers, one session 2 to 4, the next 6 to 8 pertaining to commercial waste management, so that we can receive their feedback, so that we can report back to council on and go forward with our commercial waste recycling. So that's March 16th.
Okay, and that'll be in our normal media releases and whatnot
Yeah.
as well? Okay, thank you.
I'm gonna bring it up again.
Okay, thanks,
Coming up
Mark.
soon.
Yep. Okay,
Moved by Counselor Kylie, seconded by Counselor Barker, that council adjourn its regular meeting to an in-camera meeting to discuss one property sale and one organization structure issue.
all in favor? Thank you.